Hi everyone. I just wanted to give you a heads up that the next video you're going to see of me, I'm going to be standing in basically the middle of Jackson Square in the French Quarter. I prepared a virtual video tour of the French Quarter's part of the Jackson Square area, the cathedral area, and up and down a few streets. I wanted to show you architecture photography and street photography. So if you're a little confused why there's so much wind blowing around and you can't necessarily hear me really great sometimes, I'm wearing a mask because I'm outside. I kept very strict social distancing. I had disinfectant wipes and I washed up real good when I came home. But I had a really fun time doing it. I hope you like it. It's one of my most favorite places to be ever. So here we go. I hope you have as much fun watching it as I did doing it. See you soon. Hi guys, this is Miss Linda. I'm with Community Works after school program for photography, and right now I work with Einstein, VDLE grades 1 through 5. Today we're taking a virtual video outing to the French Quarter while it's still quiet. I don't know if some of you have been here before, but I like to work on, it's my favorite place to be and to take most of my pictures. So I wanted to share with you the beautiful cathedrals and the river. So I'm going to be showing you a bunch of video and how we're going to take pictures of it. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing in just a minute. As you can see, I want you to get your phone cameras, I want you to wipe them down with alcohol, and that's what I'm going to be using. I'm also, because I'm outdoors, I do have a mask, but there's nobody around me right now that's close. So I'm taking it off to talk to you long enough, but I am going to be using it off and on. So if you hear me muffled, that's what it is. I'm glad you joined me. Let's start our adventure in the French Quarter. This is where I am right now. This is across the street from the beautiful St. Louis Cathedral. It is probably the most photographed place ever in the city. The city is very old, you guys know. It's over 302 years old. And the French Quarter is a big square. And they also call it the Vieux Paris, which means old square. So I'm going to take pictures from a distance, and then I'm going to take it from different landscape angles. Then we're going to get closer and closer to the cathedral so you can see how different it is to have to take pictures when you're standing in front of a monstrous building that is not going to fit on your camera. So I just want to give you a little tour of where we're at. Like I said, this is Jackson Square in front of us, the little park, and that's the cathedral. The Cabildo building, which was used for government, is right to the left, and to the right is the old Louisiana Museum. And a lot of people come here. It's pretty empty right now because of the virus. I'm going to slowly turn around here and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side, because this city was used as a port. So it's right on the Mississippi. As you can see, there's a big cannon in front of me for Washington Artillery Park. Oh, and look, there is a big barge or tanker boat. This is the Mississippi you're looking at right now. And the wind is blowing really hard. If you look real hard, let's see, we've got the bridge, the Crescent City Bridge, and there's even the NATCHEZ, the old steamboat that rides around all the time but is closed for a little while on lockdown. When the city first opened, it could only do it because of the boats bringing things from Europe, especially France in the beginning, and Spaniards, bringing boats to this port to bring supplies, food, building materials, things for people in the New World to live. What you're looking at is a train track and a park. These actually, hundreds of years ago, used to be piers and wharfs for the boats to dock. And people who wanted to leave New Orleans would have to take one of those boats back to Europe. Okay guys, now I'm going to take you on a little walk. As you can see behind me is the cathedral, and I'm going to be walking across the street over to Jackson Square. So let's follow me as I go. Okay, we crossed the street. Usually there's mules and carriages waiting along this area of the park. They're waiting for tourists to take their rides in their carriages, and they go around the French Quarter and have a beautiful tour. You can see it's pretty busy with the cars. We're approaching the gates of Jackson Square, where I'm going to stop and take another picture of the cathedral. As you can see, the cathedral's getting a lot closer. So let's stop and take a picture now. This is beautiful Jackson Square. A lot of people get married here, hang out here. It's a beautiful place to stroll. They have festivals here. A lot of beautiful trees and plants at the right time of year. And we are going to walk towards this big statue ahead of me. Do you see him? His name is Andrew Jackson. And that's why it's called Jackson Square. They have a statue of him because he helped New Orleans win in the Battle of New Orleans. And let's take a picture of him. Beautiful cathedral is in front of us. It's a little hard to see because of the sun. I'm hoping this cloud will go over it so we can see it a little better. But this is about as close as you're going to get with a phone, where you can get the entire structure of the cathedral in it. Okay, there, the cloud's coming. Perfect. Okay, we're going to take some pictures. We are walking towards the cathedral. We're a lot closer now. There's a beautiful little fountain that people like to sit in, throw pennies in. And we're coming to the end of Jackson Square, the actual square with the big lamps. And we're getting very close to the cathedral. Now it's important to zero on things that you really like about the cathedral and start in front of you. I'm also going to show you ways where you can take pictures of an angle and get more of the statue in. So let's do some different pictures of the cathedral close up. Now what you'll notice is that I'm angling the pictures from underneath the cathedral. I'll turn it around so you can see in the video what I'm doing. Here's an angle directly up, standing almost, not far from the front doors. Can you see the beautiful steeples? And you get to see some birds go by. It has 3 big steeples and the clock in the middle. Right next to it is what I call before the cabildo. This is actually a Spanish building, Spanish architecture, and it was used for government. Many hundreds of years ago. Now it's a historical place where they do a lot of different parties. You can even get married here. They have yoga. We're going to take some angular pictures of it. When you're looking down the street like this, the cathedral's right above me, the cabildo's right next to it, and you can see the buildings over in the Central Business District all the way down the street. This is what you would call street photography. Street photography is basically you're taking pictures of everyday life on a street, and you get to see a lot of fun things. So we're going to take pictures from both angles. We have this angle to the left side of the cathedral. Okay, I've taken a couple pictures of our street photography. This is more of a close-up look at the cabildo. And I like how the wind is blowing so hard it's actually moving my phone. This is a beautiful lantern. This is quiet. Church zone. What do you think? Do you think it's ever quiet here? Not really. It is today because the city is still kind of closed, even though there's people laughing around. Which is why I'm muffled, because I'm wearing my mask. Now, if you look at street photography down the other side of the street, it's not as nice. Again, it's street photography. You have people walking, you have somebody is fixing a hole in the middle of the street. We're going to take a picture of it, but again, it's street photography. You get basically what's on the street, and occasionally you get something really, really cool. Here's a little bit more of the cathedral. Look at all the flags. Anything that you see is appropriate to take a picture. If you like it, like if you like this door and the flag's blowing, that's a really good picture. Or you can stand here and look straight up and take a picture that way too. Anything that you would like to do is what's right. There's also a sculpture over here. I have jets flying over. This is for the Archdiocese of New Orleans. I believe this is Pope Francis. And here's some more steeples. Let's take a picture. this is another alley. We're walking past the cathedral and we're heading over to the Louisiana Museum, State Museum. And they have all kinds of cool Louisiana cultural things that you can see in here and take tours. You can see it looks very much like the Cabildo. And that was on purpose. Okay, just to give you a little history, the Louisiana State Museum that I just showed you, I'm going to show you more of it, and the Cabildo, which is on the other side of the cathedral, were meant to be like sister buildings. They were supposed to like bookend the cathedral and look exactly the same, or at least close to being the same. So it is intentional that they're very close in construction. Sometimes a little hard to actually tell apart if you don't know where you're at. So let me take a picture and show you how they look the same. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a beautiful day out. There are a lot of people walking around and they're really not wearing masks. So I'm trying to be extra careful. I'm going to show you Pirates Alley. Pirates Alley is located between the Cabildo and the cathedral. And actual pirates used to hang out there. People used to come into New Orleans starting from the 1600s. So pirates were around. They actually even helped us win the war. But there's a lot of history on that. You're going to learn that in your history classes. I'm going to show you the alley itself. So let me turn the video around and take some pictures and show you what it looks like. This is Pirates Alley. It's supposed to be haunted. The church is right here to the right. And the Cabildo is here to the left. And this alley had many pirates roaming up and down. They used to hang here and hang out and sleep overnight in the alleys. Hence the name Pirates Alley. Seems to be quite a few people hanging down there at the end of the Pirates Alley. So I'm not going to walk all the way down there, but I did take some pictures for you so you could see what it looks like. Now we're going to walk back on out. As you can see, it's surround this area. People sell their art. They hang it from these fences, even down the alley. All this alley here is shops. It's a pedestrian mall, so no cars go down here. It's just shops. And I'm going to show you how to take a picture of it lengthwise. Above it are apartments. These were actually the first apartments built in New Orleans back in the 1700s. They have one set here, and then across the square, where you see that building, there's another set. Again, they look very much like bookends, just like the Cabildo. Looks just like the Louisiana State Museum. So, that was Jackson Square, that was the Cathedral, the Cabildo, the Louisiana Museum. We strolled down Pirates Alley, and we got a lot of different angles and views of this very, very popular, famous area. This is a world famous area that every tourist that comes into New Orleans has to see. I like to think of New Orleans as like a big square cake. And the icing is all on top, and there's a big castle, like a fairy tale castle, right in the middle of it. And that is this beautiful cathedral standing behind me. It's certainly the showpiece of the French Quarter. And it's something, even with all the pictures you see, and until you stand in front of it, you really don't understand how big and how beautiful it can be. Street. And I found some beautiful houses, of architectural houses that you might enjoy seeing. So I'm going to turn it around here so you can see, and we'll take some pictures of them since we're out of the square. These are good examples of beautiful French Quarter architecture. A lot of people have what they call balcony gardens, and this one is absolutely beautiful, so we're going to take a picture of it for you to see. Here's a little house I came across, and if you look real close at the window, there's a big doggy looking right at me, peeking his nose through, and he doesn't look too happy. But why I picked this house was because the bicycle, look, the color of the bicycle actually matches the color of the shutters. So I wanted to take a picture of that, because that's something you look for when you're wandering around the streets. Things that stand out and look different than other things. This is St. Anne Street, and it is one of the most, I think, one of my favorite streets in the French Quarter. See the beautiful gardens and the lovely, lovely balconies. The wrought iron railings, they call that lace, iron lace, and it's very popular here in the French Quarter. As you can see, both of these homes are covered in it. I'm going to cross the street if it's safe, and it is. I'd like you guys to see all the different colors of the homes. French Quarter is very colorful. This is yellow and green. This is called Creole Tomato Red with some green. Here's a beautiful yellow, white, and blue house. Let me step out a little bit here. There's no one coming so you can see it better. It's like a rainbow out here. The next house is pink and purpley. And beside that, a beautiful robin's egg blue and darker blue shutters. We're going to take a long angular landscape pictures. Oh, and how do you like that gate? See, that's the type of gate no one's going to climb, because you get stabbed if you try to climb it. And it's also a very common thing here in French. Here's a beautiful home. Oh, look, they've got dragonflies, and oh, look at that wonderful door knocker. It's white and burgundy. And right in front of the homes are these beautiful horse. I'm not positive of the exact wording for them, but they used to tie their horses up on them. But the string, you know, that's around the horse so they didn't go anywhere. So they're a very beautiful addition to a lot of the French Quarter. And they're not everywhere, but this house certainly has them. And if you're looking straight ahead where all the cars are, I don't know if you can see anything because of the sunshine. That's Armstrong Park. That is, once you cross this road out here, you are no longer in the French Quarter. You're in the Treme. The little square ends here at this end, and you go into Louis Armstrong Park, which is a beautiful park. Lots of music, and it's really hard to talk to you with all the cars going. So we're going to take a few pictures of the pretty colored homes, and I think we'll wrap this up. So I had to take my mask off. It's hot and I can't breathe. But I wanted to tell you that these pictures I'm taking of the homes here on St. Anne Street, some of them are very tall. So I want to show you the angles that you're going to need to use to get most of the house in. Because the streets are small and skinny, sometimes you won't be able to get your whole building in your picture. So you have got to get down on the ground, you've got to look sideways, you've got to stand and look up. There's a lot of different tricks to the trade, and I'm going to show a few of them right now. I'm actually really close to it and under the house. So I'm going to try and angle my camera up this way towards the sky and take pictures. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. Practice, practice, practice. This is St. Anne Street from that angle, from the vertical angle. And your pictures, you're going to find out, are going to come out really nice. The more and more you do. Okay, that's a wrap for this week. I'm back home. I've scrubbed my hands and my face, and I've thrown my clothes in the washing machine, and I had so much fun getting out today. I hope you enjoyed it with me. And if you have any questions whatsoever, there's going to be an email address, like I do with the rest of them, right at the very end of this video. And please, if you want, ask me a question or send me a picture, just let me know if you liked it. Please do that. I'd love to hear from you. I miss you all so much, and I'm having fun trying to create, hopefully, fun for you. So please be safe. Wipe down your phones. Keep your hands washed. And be kind to one another. And remember, I'm thinking about you. And hopefully you'll see me next week on our next photography fun adventure. Take care, everyone.